fan. So I may watch a fight with a friend or whatever, or follow it. Oh, I'll just see what's on ESPN. Let's see what's going on with this fight. But it works for me, and it works for you, who's an avid MMA fan. So that's another brilliant part of the movie is you can enjoy it on so many levels.
And even the insane parts about this. So there's a scene where Koba picks up Brendan and just power bombs him on the ground. But that happened in a Quentin Rampage Jackson fight in Japan. So you're watching, and you're like, no way. I'm like, no, that happened. And you're watching. Yeah, I mean, you can look back at all the. So look at GSP losing to. Oh man, GSP. So there was a tough season where the winner got to Matt Serra. Matt Serra wins this reality show when he gets to fight GSP. He's like a 500-1 underdog. Brendan was 1,000-1 underdog in this one. And so he fights GSP and he wins. So you look at these upsets where, I mean, you look at Midnight, who's played by Anthony Johnson, who ended up becoming a 205-pounder that fought Daniel Cormier for the title twice. And he's fighting Brendan, and Brendan wins. And you're like, yeah, right. But I mean, bigger upsets have happened in this. And also, Fedor lost to Dan Henderson when they fought at 205. Everyone thought Fedor was going to destroy him, but Dan Henderson won. So MMA is a world where upsets happen. And so you're watching these fights. I feel like they probably happen more in MMA than they do in boxing because there's so many more of them. But it's just, I don't know. I hate it. It's believable.
You buy into it because you're not Channing Tatum throwing roundhouses and fighting or whatever movie that was. Or you're not like Kevin James, the teacher turned MMA fighter.
Yeah, here comes the boom, man.
Whatever. Yeah, that one. Yeah. So yeah, you buy in. You buy in by that point.
Because if you've thrown punches for 60 seconds, you're tired. So though I've done that, I know how it works, and I dig it. And also, I like the whole teaching angle too, because I remember this is completely different. But when I was teaching at Florida State, I was doing public speaking. I bounced at, the bar, Big Daddy's. I was bouncing at probably the really grungy bar. It's closed now. But I mean, it's grungier beyond grungy. And there was a concert. It was packed. It was about, oh man, this guy he was just singing about Percocets the whole time. But some of my students showed up to go see this concert. No, Oxycontin he's singing about. And so I'm at the door. This place is packed. There's only 2 bouncers. I threw a guy out. I had to throw a guy out. And my students looked at me. Like, what? Like, because they're used to me buttoned up. So when the teachers see that Edgerton was beating people up, I could see the way people looked at him like that. And so I related to it, I guess, on like a fighting teaching level too. I dug that. It was good.
Yeah, it's the surprises. Like when you don't no idea what this guy is capable of, and he turns out to be this lion in the ring. And he even had heart of a lion on his shirt when he came there.
Irish.
But it was probably because he could take a lot of pain. So that was his move. Like, take a lot of pain and then, like, just fall to his butt most of the time and get wailed on until the round ends.
And then submit a dude when he's tired.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he took a lot of punishment. If I were them, it's a good thing that the brothers have backstories. And they really didn't like each other going into the final, because otherwise, like, if we were in a final of a fight tournament, I'd say, hey, Mark, why don't we just split the purse? Like, we'll fight, we don't want to make it look like we're throwing it, but, let's just hedge our bets here. So you don't have any of that because they hate each other.
I was thinking about, I don't know why this brought me up, but there was this bare knuckle boxing match on SNL between Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell once, and they just circled each other for 125 rounds. And they just kind of did this to each other. Or there's that one fight where the guy throws one punch.
Mark is twirling his hands like the 1920s boxer right now.
We both have mustaches, too, as we're circling each other. Or there's the one where it's like a stage fight, and the guy throws a punch, misses the other guy completely, and he just flops on the ground. Why not? No, you know what? I would just run straight into a choke, and then you'd win, and then we'd split the money.
Okay, yeah.
Why does he look happy?
After, like, fighting Koba and those other guys, I'd be like, okay. Like, I really don't want to do this right now.
If we made that deal and I had as easy a run to the finals as Tommy did, and you had Koba and Midnight and Nate Marquardt who fought for the title, you had those 3, I might reconsider.
Yeah, because you would just beat the crap out of me at that point. Why should I split with this guy? This guy's in bad shape.
He can't even walk.
But I'm like, let's make a deal. I was thinking, like, this whole movie was, I guess, bringing a family together through violence, essentially what it is. It's like they're they're exercising their demons through the fighting. It's like they're working out all their issues through the ring. And I was like, it's a good thing that they're in MMA fighting and they're not just like an ultimate frisbee, because that would be a very different movie, right? It's
what was the other one you said too? There's ultimate frisbee, and then there's another
like
one.
World of Warcraft, like two brothers going at it on World of Warcraft for like a year.
Madden. Oh man.
I always wonder what happened after this movie. Like they make up, but then like, you don't do anything to upset each other. Like don't talk politics at Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving dinner, or don't play a game of Risk or Monopoly or something.
Is he going to jail?
Ooh, depends. If you go AWOL, I don't know. There's a lot of backstory and there's a lot of public attention. So in the real world, like if this happened to him with all this backstory, I'd like to think that they would probably be lenient on him and just give him other than honorable discharge is what I would expect would possibly happen, especially with all this national attention. But yeah, there's a chance he probably would have gone to jail if you just leave a war zone and go AWOL.
Because he had all the friendly fire, and then he saved people, and then he's in this tournament. Yeah. So what do you think? He's just going to get discharged?
Yeah, I work in public relations for a living, so I imagine that the Marine Corps would have been like, hey, let's take it easy on this guy. He's a national hero now. Let's he's let this one go.
Yeah. Well, I assume after his arm heals, he's going right back into MMA.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, with that kind of run, with no experience, he's back in.
He could jump in the UFC almost immediately, and he steamrolled it. Like he beat the number one. So Mad Dog in that movie, and so there's a scene where they each get their invitation into Sparta. The one biggest flaw with this film is you have this promoter running a $5 million tournament, winner takes all. But you have the number one light heavyweight or middleweight contender of the world. You have Koba. You have massive names. I guess it's a little bit of a stretch that you take a UFC journeyman and a guy who beat another dude in a sparring session in it. That's probably the biggest gap. But
that's where you have to suspend reality enough to do it. So that part when Tommy first beats up Mad Dog in the ring, like you have no idea what's going to happen because at that point you haven't seen him fight at all. Mm-hmm. So they're about to fight. Mad Dog had just beaten up on some random guy who was all cocky. You could tell he was a total jerk. And then that front kick just to surprise him right before he started wailing on him and knocking him unconscious. You did not see that coming at all. Like when you're first watching the movie.
And you never see it again.
Like, holy, what's that?
And you never see it again.
What's that?
That's in his arsenal. Yeah, he never front kicks again.
Yeah, he goes for just the clothesline. The straight clothesline the next time.
And he just pummels Mad. And then Mad Dog's like, all right, let's do it for real. And he gets wiped out. There's dudes that knock out their training partners. So I love that he went in there and knocked that dude out. And it's unexpected. You don't see how bad it's going to be. I mean, he wipes that guy out.
Yeah, it's very gratifying. One, because you're rooting for Tommy, and two, because that Mad Dog is such a jerk. Like, he's just beating up on these guys, training with them, just trying to make a buck. You could tell, like, immediately you're rooting against that guy.
Yeah.
That and the stupid mohawk, and you're like, okay, I don't like this guy whatsoever.
And he makes the Rocky joke. He's like, where's Adrian and Paulie? He says that
I had no idea what that reference was. I had to, I was watching on Amazon Prime, because it's streaming right now. And so I tapped the screen where you can see the notes. And I'm like, oh, that's what he was saying. Because I had no idea.
Tom Hardy walked up like, hey, I can keep him warm for you. And so he just ripped on it. I mean, that's a pretty good gag. I like that bit that he drops on him. But I kind of like, this is 2011. I mean, listen, Twitter was there, Facebook was there, everything was there. But this was kind of ahead of its time as far as trending goes. I mean, this thing went viral on the internet, which was booming before this, but it's kind of, it calls things in advance. I mean, you got the rise of Kimbo Slice from Backyard Boxing. I mean, he went up and joined Strikeforce, and then he went to the UFC. Oh, crap. Well, it's more believable than I think now because he just wiped out the number one contender. So they might take him because he's big on the internet, and internet people might go buy it.
Yeah, you reach a new audience that way. It builds a lot of hype, like that unknown for the tournament. It gives you something to talk about, a new storyline. So I can see it in terms of promotion.
I just wrecked one of my complaints. I don't like it. So how about this? Let's take a quick break, and then we come back. We'll talk more Moyer. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I got a surprise for you, Eric. We're going to do a Frank Grillo draft that you can vote on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. So go there the day after this podcast is released, and you can vote for this. So, Eric, since you're a first-time guest, I will give you first pick in the Frank Grillo draft. We're going to each pick 5 movies, so you get first pick.
Captain America, Civil War.
All right, Captain America, Civil War. That's a good one. He gets blown up.
Yeah. I ended up just picking all the Captain America movies.
I lost. You know what? I'm going to do End of Watch, another excellent film by David Ayer that I really dig. That's a very good movie. Michael Pena, very good. So I'm doing. Oh, I should just.
Oh man, that one just hurts me. It hurts my soul at the end of that movie. It's just like, I don't mean to spoiler, but man, it's so moving. It sticks with you.
And you can pick Warrior if you want. Just giving you a heads up.
Oh, can I? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I will take. I don't know. That seems too obvious. Okay, Warrior. Let's go.
You got to.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do The Gray, the Liam Neeson's Wolfputcher movie. He's in that. I like him a lot in that one.
The Gray. Oh man, good call. All right, I'm gonna take Beyond Skyline.
Oh, that's a good one. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I did. That one was a fun ride. It was just kind of a quick, digestible, enjoyable movie.
Him and Iko Uwais fight aliens. That's so great.
What's that?
Him and Iko Uwais fight aliens. That's it. And I wrote a review and the director liked it and he follows me on Twitter.
Wow. I mean, anything with Iko, I'm going to watch. Yeah. I just watched his recent Netflix show, too. Oh, I forgot the name of it.
Oh, it's good.
Man.
Man.
It had the stones and the elements.
And the lady from Vikings, Catherine Winnick's in it. It's The Wu Assassins.
Wu Assassins, yes. Sorry, I blanked out on that one, but I enjoyed that one. That was a good series.
Oh, yeah, that's real. I dig it. All right. All right, Eric, do you mind if I'm cheap here? Do you mind if I go for super cheapness? All right, so I'm going to take Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take Homefront because I love James Franco as a bad guy.
Gator. Imagine.
That's the only reason why.
I guarantee it's going to be the only film ever made that features a final battle between James Franco and Jason Statham.
Yeah. I mean, this shouldn't even be a battle. I mean, I don't even understand how Franco would last one round with Jason Statham in whether it's a gunfight or whether it's a fist fight, in any capacity.
That's one of those movies where it was written in the 80s and it finally got made. And you can tell it's an 80s movie that got made in the 2010s.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Kind of the grungy environment, like the one person pitted against another person. I can see that.
Isn't Kate Bosworth in it? Or is that Winona Ryder? I get my Statham movies mixed up. All right.
Yeah, they all blend together.
All right, I'm going to go super cheap again, and I'm going to take Zero Dark 30.
Oh, that hurts my soul. That was going to be my next pick. Why'd you have to do that, man? That was like one of the best movies ever.
I'm playing dirty on this one.
Okay, I am going to take Edge of Darkness.
Hey.
And the only reason why is because Edge of Darkness is this Mel Gibson movie that's clearly written for, like, you know, middle-aged married people or senior citizens. It's like this thriller that's not really a thriller, and the only good thing about it is Frank Grillo.
Where's my daughter? Right?
Yeah, I mean, Mel Gibson on a rampage, and you just don't really buy it. There's just, like, nothing good about the movie except Frank Grillo. And, you know, I'm probably ceding this victory to you for picking Edge of Darkness, but maybe for the people who have not seen it, the title will sound cool.
All right, so I got to pick something. I could pick something really bad to try to make this even, or I could just let's see. Black and Blue I watched recently. He's a bad cop. Point Blank, that's the Netflix movie that he's with Anthony Mackie. That's Donnybrook. He plays a game called Chainsaw Angus. That's about right. All right, so
Chainsaw Angus?
Yeah, Chainsaw Angus. Oh man, he's in the Purge movies. Oh goodness, this is tough. I gotta have to do it here. Let's see. I'm not taking My Soul to Take. That movie's terrible. That movie hurt my soul. So I'll take the Purge movie. I'll take the Purge Anarchy, where he's purging.
You can have the whole trilogy. how many? How many have they made?
They have the Purge Anarchy, Purge Election Year, then Purge at the beginning.
That's a lot of purges.
Yeah, I mean it makes
At
money.
some point, well, at some point